We're into August now, and it's that time of year where we're getting into the Halloween spirit, and I've got a new Patreon subscriber, James Grimm, who has asked me to review his Halloween fan film called Halloween: The Blackest Eyes. Not only did James make this Halloween fan film, he's also a YouTuber as well. He does movie reviews, horror movie news, giveaways. He does all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to James's YouTube channel down below, as well as a link to his fan film. You'll see his fan film on his page anyway, but I'll have two links there anyway. A link to his YouTube channel and a link to his Halloween fan film that I'm reviewing today. There's a couple of types of Halloween fan films. There is these Halloween fan films where they try to go a different route and they use different music in it, which I tend to like because they're trying something different, and they also want to be able to monetize their videos as well, so they don't use original score. But what they lack is the feel of John Carpenter's Halloween, and that's what I like about James's one. He just goes very simplistic with this one. It's obviously a no budget Halloween fan film, so we're not expecting greatness from it, but what he does is he uses the original Halloween score in this fan film. He also uses some of the new Halloween score by John Carpenter as well, mixes it up a little bit, but because we get that score, the original score, no matter how good or bad a scene is, the John Carpenter score always makes it that little bit better. I really dug the beginning of this film. After the credits roll, we've got this Halloween 4 vibe to it. You see the streets, which I do love the exterior shots where James lives. I think that's where James lives anyway. And we see the exteriors of just kind of glimpses of certain areas in what we call Haddonfield in this fan film. And just the sound of the wind reminds me of Halloween 4. There's no music after the credits roll. It's just that kind of morning dusk, is it? Or morning dawn, I should say. Just that kind of... I really like that. One of his friends in this fan film, Adrian, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but he said he's heading into Springwood. I thought that was a really nice nod to A Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sure James will appreciate me being very honest about his fan film. I do love a lot about his fan film, but there were some things that it didn't annoy me. I just thought that they maybe had to work on, and that is with the score. Although I loved the score, they used the score in scenes where they didn't need to use a score. For example, James and his friend Adrian were having conversations, drinking beers, and the score was a little bit too loud. So you could hear them talk, but the score was very prominent and it put you off listening to what they were talking about. Something that would confuse the viewers of his fan film is what universe is this movie taking place in, this fan film, because he's talking about living in Haddonfield and Michael Myers being a real killer, but he also has posters of the original Halloween and the sequels behind him, as well as a lot of the Halloween masks from all the Halloween movies. So it acknowledges that Michael Myers is real, but Michael Myers is also a character in a film in this. So I don't know if that is an accident that James has left that in there, or because they didn't have a lot of places to shoot, but they maybe should have moved it out the way if they wanted to make Michael Myers a real character within the fan film. They watched Halloween 3 in this fan film as well. I thought that was okay because obviously Michael Myers doesn't exist in Halloween 3, and I do like the shots of them walking past the TV with Halloween 3 sitting in the background. There was something very moody about that. But one thing I did like about having Halloween as a movie as well as being real in this was the ease that Michael Myers was able to gain one of the masks that James has. I didn't realise this, but James has an amazing Michael Myers mask collection, and you can see this in the fan film, and Michael chooses a really sublime Michael Myers mask to use in his killings in this film. We don't see Michael a lot in this, and that's a good thing for me. I don't like to see Michael Myers all the time. We didn't see him all the time in the original Halloween, and in fact when we did see him, we didn't see a lot of him, and we see that in this one as well. We see little short glimpses of him, and the glimpses that we do see of him were great. I like the angles of the shots that we see of Michael. I like the way the camera went, and I like the lighting anytime that we see Michael. Maybe not at the very end. There was a part where it was a little bit too dark, unintentionally dark, but throughout the rest of that movie when we saw Michael, I liked the lighting in it. There were times when the camera was shaky. It was like a shaky cam, but it looks like James has tried to fix that with the digital Steadicam editing. That was a little off-putting. I think it probably would have worked best as the shaky cam because it obviously is a fan film as well, so I wouldn't have minded the shaky cam. As for the story, in this. It seems a little bit too dramatic for what they were going for. I think the story didn't have to go the way it did. The two guys were a little bit freaked out and they automatically assumed that Michael Myers was there, even though there was no evidence to suggest it was Michael Myers. But again, it's a Halloween fan film. Most of these fan films are all the same. They all have the same premise, all have the same storyline, and they all have the same ending as well. And James's movie is no different. It's what stands out for fan films is how they do it. And I think James has got a massive advantage with that Halloween mask. I think the mask is what makes this fan film really good. It's also over 20 minutes long as well, and it didn't feel 20 minutes, to be honest. It felt very short, and again, that was a good thing because I did find myself enjoying it. There's been a lot of fan films out there that had bigger budgets, thousands of dollars worth of budgets, that they spent most of it at the beginning and the end of it with credits, and the beginning credits and the end credits, and you're left with something in between about 5 minutes long, and you didn't get a lot of that. Whereas with James's one, you've had maybe a minute at the start, a minute at the end of credits and sound and score, whereas a good 19 minutes of it was the story. So I think that he kept us going, he kept us watching throughout the fan film. Overall, guys, it's not a great fan film. I think when it comes to Halloween fan films with no budget at all, it is one of the better ones I've seen. But if you include Halloween fan films with little bits of budget and big budgets, it's probably down the pecking order as well. So I think if I was making a Halloween fan film with the same stuff that James had, I think mine would be on par with James. I don't think mine would be any better. I don't think it would be any worse. I think that YouTubers with the camera equipment that we have, I think he done the best with what he had access to. But like I said, guys, apart from his fan film, he is a YouTuber as well, and I would urge you to check out his channel. His channel is really cool, similar to my channel, similar to a lot of the channels in the horror community as well. So like I said, I'll leave a link down below to his YouTube channel as well as the Halloween fan film. And thanks again to James for becoming a Patreon on my channel and also supporting me and becoming a subscriber to my channel as well. It's not all about the money, it's not all about the Patreon page that I've got. It's about communicating, and James communicates quite a lot with me. He interacts with my channel, he contacts me, he talks to me on Facebook and stuff like that as well. So it is really nice to have that kind of people, those kind of people in the community as well. So again, thanks very much, James. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.